2nd October was chosen as a date because this date belongs to the person who, in a way, is the founder of free press in this country. That's Mahatma Gandhi. He started with Harijan, and Harijan's motto was that I will not publish anything where my freedom is curtailed. And so obviously, if we protest about our freedom, what better day than Mahatma's birthday? We are silent. But that doesn't mean that we are not angry. You know, every day a journalist is killed. Gauri Lankesh's killing assumed proportions which was nationwide. But believe me, every day in small towns, a small journalist is being massacred, killed to quell their voice, to completely muzzle their voices. This is what's happening to journalists. You see, firstly, a status report will at least put some pressure on the government to do some kind of investigation about what happened to journalists. Like you said, that attacks happen and nothing is documented and nothing is known. So at least a status report will force them to find out why was a journalist killed. So that's a beginning. But I think we are also calling, subsequently on the 5th we'll do it, for a national legislation which gives protection to journalists, not only their life, but also compensates them in case they die during the course of their duty, and also gives them protection in their jobs. Today, that's the other threat on us.
Exactly.
Our jobs are not secure.
So how do we ensure safety for journalists was my next question.
Well, I think we need to rework our press commissions, the wage board. They've become irrelevant to today's context. So I think that's why we're calling for a legislation on this. The wage board was appointed through a parliamentary legislation. The press council was appointed through a parliamentary legislation. I think all these things need to be reworked, redone. So that's why a national legislation has to be thought about on these issues. For instance, press council does not administer the television world or the social media. So we need to extend protection to them also. So, or the wage board does not question the entire status of contract journalists. So we need to address that. So these are issues where a legislation is necessary. I'm the chairman of the Federation of Press Clubs of India. So one, I'll be handing over chairmanship to the West Zone this time. Okay. That's on the agenda. Okay. Secondly, we've got to brainstorm to build a nationwide consensus of where to go. For instance, on this question of this legislation. This can be replicated in every state. So today is a first, where on a single day protests are happening in about 15 different press clubs across the country. So it's a national protest. It's not just confined to Delhi. So that's a big beginning. It's a huge beginning, if I put it that way, as far as journalist agitation is concerned. So we're going to now carry it forward to give it greater shape, to give it more flesh and blood, as it may.